News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. Mother-in-law sparks backlash after revealing why she never, all caps, returns her shopping cart. The Daily Mail says Leslie Dobson justified herself using unverified statistics about kidnapping. This woman is a mental midget. Do you know what the statistics are on kidnapping? The stranger abduction? Those are less than, I was shocked, and I read it off, and I was floored when I read this off when I was in Minneapolis, St. Paul, doing a show there before coming to all over the place and landing here for 15 years now, almost 14 years plus. And it's less than, it's like 0.5% of stranger abduction. The overwhelming abduction, molestation, etc., is done by an uncle, a neighbor, an aunt, a coach, a scout leader, a teacher, someone that knows your child, desires your child, grooms them, and or just grabs them. And it is not a stranger. This woman is the most, about as much of a fool as you can be. She has no facts, all raw emotion, and she wants a sticker for getting pregnant and popping out 2 children, apparently with no baby daddy. And she is a hero, and she is awesome, and she cannot put the shopping cart away, she claims, because her kids would be left in the car and somebody could kidnap him. This is like Hunter Biden in a crack binge explaining why smoking a golf ball sized rock of crack, and I still haven't had a cop or a narco person or a former addict or somebody who works in narcotics or works in recovery to explain to me what the heck is a golf ball sized rock of crack. What is that like for somebody to smoke in a day? Yeah, I don't know, but it sounds like it's a month's worth of crack in a day. Wow. Woo! I mean, maybe that, I don't know what that's like. How would you compare that to my coffee consumption, which is manifold? Would that be like me having a gallon an hour? I don't know. But think of the excuses that you and I could make. You know, I had to smoke this golf ball size of crack. It's not going to smoke itself. I have children. I'm a dad. I can't leave my children. I can't bring them with to Mookie, his dealer. He literally, that was in his testimony today. Mookie, I'm going to get Mookie to get some fat crack balls. Crack balls. Oh, I thought there was these buzz balls. I see the advertisements for these. Who wants to buy this ball of liquor in there? Some woman talking nasty on the billboard to you. Yeah, I'm going to buy that. No, I'm not going to touch that garbage. Get out of here. But I bet you this woman drinks something like that. I have buzz balls. I have one in the morning when I go to the grocery store, and I leave the empty buzz balls. You can't be. It's mother's little helper. I can't take these kids to the grocery store. They cry and they run over. And I warn them 6 times and tell them 1, 2, 3, 80 times and don't have any repercussions. Sorry. This woman should date Hunter Biden. This woman should date Hunter Biden. I'm telling you something, she would fit right in. She would put the pouch with the crack in the gun and would throw the gun in for the homeless man to get it, only to be told by Hunter to go get the home, steal it back from the homeless man, and then throw it away, and then lie and call it and say it's stolen. That sounds like Joe Biden's running that operation. Ha! Ha! Yeah. Where's my seat? What am I doing? Who's on first? Mookie? Okay. Maybe I'm just amusing myself. I don't know. But here we are. 800-288-9227 is our number. 800-288-WBAP. Now, this woman says, I'll give you the full details of what she says, but do you have any sympathy for a woman here? She says this. She says this, quote, I'm not returning my shopping cart. She said this on a Twitter feed, TikTok. You can judge me all you want. She says it's a safety issue. I'm not getting my groceries into my car, getting my children into the car, and leaving them in the car to go return the cart. So if you're going to give me a dirty look, F off, full word. That's a real mom. This is what we want in our women. We want them to throw things all over the place like a child and then say they're a victim and then tell us to F off in front of their kids and drink their buzz balls and date Hunter Biden. You know, this is the woman that would leave the poopy diaper on the floor in the Walmart changing room and fitting rooms. That's who that woman is. That's your humanity. That's who leaves the poopy shopping cart with the poopy diaper in the shop. You know they did a swab for the germs on the shopping cart handle, and it's all poopy because the kids go, they drool over it. They do. That's the woman doing that. That's who's doing that. The fecal matter and the drool and the urine from those poor little babies that are not changed properly because she's drinking buzz balls and ditching the kid and leaving the car and hitting your car. There's your car. Bang, bang, bang. I'm a mother. F off. Okay, so she can play that song from the Pretenders. I'm a mother. Okay. What do you think, guys? Is it okay to leave your shopping cart everywhere? Is it a good excuse to leave your shopping cart on the island because you have two kids? F off. What do you say to her? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Do you think she's good material to maybe date Hunter Biden, steal him away from his current wife? I don't know. Do you think people should put their shopping carts in the corrals and where they're supposed to? 800-288-WBAP. Lines wide open. Chime in right now. Do you agree with me that parking lots outside of grocery stores show us that perfect picture of humanity? What's your story? Have you ever gotten lazy and gotten yelled at, or have you yelled at somebody? I'm going to just do it again here, and that's going to say what the gentleman did in the last segment. He has MS. He's got a handicap sticker, and his wife was on her deathbed, and some dude started yelling at him like he was Sheriff Bob patrolling the freaking shopping carts. And the Sheriff Bob is on the highway, too, when he's in this fast lane going slow and getting mad at you and flashing his things at you because you're going fast. You're like, get out of the lane. No, I'm Sheriff Bob. I'm going to regulate you. Mike and Keller. You're on 820 AM and now 93.3 FM, WBAP, and this is going to be great. All right, go ahead, sir. I don't recall this guy, but go ahead.
It was a pleasure, but
Here we go.
mentioned about the golf ball size crack.
Yes, any Dave Chappelle is going to be great. Go ahead, sir.
It made me think of Tyrone Biggums, and that was the character on Dave Chappelle.
It was Tyrone Biggums, you said?
Yeah, Tyrone Biggums.
Was he the crack addict guy with the chalky mouth?
Yeah, that's
scratching
right,
all the time?
Chalky mouth. Yeah, that's the one. He also was the same one was on Joe Rogan, where for the $50,000.
Wait.
Eating anything. What's that?
There was a guy on Joe Rogan. Oh, when Joe Rogan hosted the show and ate everything, that one? Where he
right.
Eat it.
He had a segment with Tyrone Biggums on there. And
what? Tyrone Biggums did a segment with him on that show where he was having people eat, like, nasty, gross things?
Yeah.
Chappelle did a segment with him on that show.
You didn't know that?
No!
Yeah, he had a segment about him eating bull penises and all that, and there was a little young lady that was on there, and he's told her, you know you had that before. Go on, lick him.
Oh, dude. No. We can't do that. Now, listen, just tell me. But Tyrone Biggums, you're saying that Tyrone Biggums, did he ever explore smoke? He was a crack addict that Dave Chappelle.
He actually.
I remember that guy.
With the $50,000 that they won on Joe Rogan's show, he presented his girlfriend, who looked like a space monkey with powder lips, too. And
she's also a crack junkie. Yeah.
Huh?
Because he was a crack
junkie, but he had a crack what you call him, a crack ball the size as a bowling ball.
So his crack rock was bigger than Hunter's.
It's a bowling ball. You never seen it?
No.
Come on.
I love you.
Come on now.
Mike, I love your calls. You are so funny and
seriously, I mean, if anybody,
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to watch it during the break, okay?
Yeah, you watch it during the break. Watch the Joe Rogan episode where he talk about, I'm
going to sit in my hotel room tonight and watch this. I'm going to watch this poison.
Yeah, he walked across hot coals, and his feet was burning.
Tyrone Biggins walked across hot coals?
Yeah. Tyrone Biggins walked across hot coals, got in a bed full of spiders, and he did the whole. He said he wanted that. He was scratching and itching. He was doing the itch.
Okay, I'm gonna watch that. What do you say to this lady who says, "I'm gonna leave my cart in the parking lot so my kids don't get kidnapped in my car. I'm not leaving them there and getting kidnapped, so you can F off." Full word. What do you say to that woman? Like, she's a hero. She laid down like a dog and had two puppies, and there's no dad around, and she's a hero, and she's not gonna leave her cart. She's gonna leave her cart because she doesn't. One woman says, I take my cart with the kids, and I bring the kids back with after the cart. That's what a real woman does, and I don't need a medal. So what do you say to this woman, this fool? What do you say to her? She probably did a TikTok video like she's some... They probably show off their patheticness, I guess. I don't know.
She needs to be horsewhipped.
Okay, we got to go. Get out of here. Get out of here. I appreciate your talk call, Mike. Mm-hmm. Wow. He's the comedian of the day. Josh in Fort Worth, you're coming up next. Do not go anywhere. Okay, he has a new TV show idea. If you recall, one of the famous pieces of evidence entered into the courtroom by the FBI saying that Hunter Biden's laptop was real when the 51 former intelligence agencies lied. When Joe Biden put together that whole thing, Antony Blinken was the author of that letter per Joe Biden, and Antony Blinken arranged those 51 former intelligence officers to lie and put their names on it. They should lose their clearance coverage forever, and they should apologize. And Trump's going to, as long as he does it right, he goes, Joe, remember when you told me that was a bunch of garbage with the 51 former intelligence agencies? Your Department of Justice held that up and said it's the real thing, and everything on there, including what your son's done, all that horrible stuff, is real. So, Joe, are you going to apologize to me for doing that? You know, the 17% of the Americans said they would have voted for me if they would have known that. Joe, are you going to apologize? You going to respond to that? Or are you going to pretend that's fake, too, still now? Are you going to say your Justice Department's a bunch of garbage, and is your Justice Department compromised by Russian agents, too? Joe, we need to know the answer to this, please. Okay, so Josh in Fort Worth wants to tell us he's got a new shopping cart idea. The evidence introduced into the crack trial with Hunter, the gun trial and drug use trial. He has a new TV show idea with Hunter's drug dealer, who he calls Mookie. It's Mookie and Hunter, a brand new show, and we're going to hear what it is. His TV show idea from Josh in Fort Worth next on News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. 800-288-WBAP is a number, 800-288-9227. To find Dave Chappelle's character Tyrone Biggins that he was talking about with a bowling ball sized crack rock that beats Hunter. Okay, we're talking about shopping carts, Hunter and his crack addiction, and this woman who ditches carts all over the place because she says, my kids will get kidnapped if I leave them in the car alone, which, why don't you take them like everybody else does in the cart, take them to the corral, and then walk them back to the dang thing, you know, like a woman. Instead of swearing on social media at us. Josh in Fort Worth, you're on 820 AM and now 93.3 FM WBAP. Hello, Josh. Coming once, going once, Josh. Okay, Mike in Fort Worth, you're on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. Hello.
Hey, Chris, you're a great American. Actually, I'm in Fairview, but you need to look up Cart Narc, N-A-R-C. Look him up on YouTube.
Yes.
He goes around and harasses the people that won't put the carts back, and they chase them all over the parking lot. It's like, if you would have just walked over there, we didn't have to do all this,
That's awesome. What's the worst one or the biggest one you've ever seen that was like, oh, my gosh, and that you can tell in a nutshell story?
Probably just a guy that was, like, extremely overweight, but chased him all over the parking lot. It's like, he probably gave him the most exercise he's had this year. And it's just funny. It's just really funny about just watching it. You got to go in there and watch it.
I'm watching it right now on silent, and just some people are going nasty, some are funny, and everything. This is great. I love this. Did he ever get criminally attacked? I bet he has.
Well, they can't catch him. He's fast.
Oh, really?
So. Yeah, and then
he's like a leprechaun. He's like a leprechaun.
Yeah,
you can't catch him. You can't get his gold. Don't get me gold.
That's exactly what he's like, and they lose their mind because he's got these magnets that, like, say, cart narc, and so as they're driving off, he'll fling them onto the car, and they'll get out and lose their minds. Like, don't touch my car. It's like, I didn't touch your car. The magnet touched your car.
Oh gosh, this is so awesome. He's. I would never do this. This is great though. You got some guy with a mask off his chin, and he's all bowing up. This is great. Oh, he's chasing him, but he's too fast. This is great. I love it. So they won't put the cart back, but they'll come and threaten you. Oh, here's the
That's
magnet that you
correct.
threw on there. Okay. Thank you for that great introduction. What do you say to this woman who says, I'm not taking the cart back to the corral because I have 2 kids or 3 kids or whatever, and I don't want them getting kidnapped by leaving them in the car. What do you say to her? She says you can F off. What do you say to that? I guess we lost you. Okay. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. That was fun, y'all. That was fun. I don't know. Our listener that was going to say he had an idea for a show for Mookie, that's Hunter's drug dealer that he was talked about in Hunter's laptop that was introduced as evidence. And maybe Mookie and whatever his name is. What's the guy that from the Chappelle Show, that character that has a bowling ball-sized rock of crack? Tyrone Biggums. Yes, Tyrone Biggums and Mookie show. That would actually probably be the most funny show in the world. And then Hunter, you could do a skit where you work Hunter in there. Maybe you could do a walk-on like on Saturday Night Live where he does jokes. Like when Trump showed up on Saturday Night Live, and everybody laughs hard. That could be great. Okay. We got so much more coming up next. That was a lot of fun. Okay, and you know what? We're actually right on time for our next discussion, and that's going to be on the illegal invasion of Joe Biden. I talked to a guy in my it's kind of cool traveling because you get to meet a lot of people and tell a lot of funny stories to make each other laugh. Me and this awesome guy from the Dominican Republic who only spoke Spanish. I cobbled my moderately decent Spanish together to converse with them, and we had a riot, and we talked about Trump, and we talked about the border and the invasion, and the Dominican Republic has a massive wall and border security because Haiti is a fallen state, and my friend who's from there, a dear friend of ours, she's the one who lost her 15-year-old in Queens, who was in a karate incident and had a heart attack and died. Poor sweetheart, boy, we love him. And we came here for that funeral, if you recall. I mentioned that in the fall, and she goes to church in Brooklyn. We had a wonderful time with them, and we loved being with them for their morning experience, and it was sweet, bittersweet. But she's from Haiti, and she's like, that is a fallen. She literally like, that's a satanic place, man. I'm telling you, because she was 15 when she left. She's like, it is fallen, and those people there. You know what's interesting? I didn't know this. The president of El Salvador. He is Tucker Carlson just interviewed him for like an hour and 6 minutes. It was amazing. I didn't know about this guy. I've heard good things. This guy, are we late, brother? Okay, yeah. You got to let me know. I got my head up my rump, but I'm having fun. So when we come back, I'm going to tell you that story about the El Salvadorian president. He's unbelievable what he did and turned it around in a year or two with crime. It's unbelievable. It's a roadmap for us. But we're going to talk about that. And he mentions MS-13. Which originated in Los Angeles, but then was deported back to their country of El Salvador, and that's where they're coming back here. Joe's letting them all in now. That's coming up next with Governor Abbott. Releasing his most wanted illegals list. ICE officers are being instructed under Joe Biden's fake border plan. They're being instructed to make it easier for illegals to get asylum and to come in and invade still under Biden's fake border closure plan. Next. News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. When in Rome, the lead singer of this band lives in Dallas. And in fact, my former producer, David, who abandoned me, yet is my friend still. He is, the song goes, when you need a friend, David left me. I enjoyed that bleepity bleep. No, I love him. But there he is. He does another occupation, so he's not in the radio world anymore, so I have forgiven him. All is forgiven. He gets my papal blessing. But he was the one that knows that he knows the guy, which is he's a musician, too. I must be nice. But anyway, Governor Abbott and Joe Biden with his fake border closure plan are in the news. Why? Abbott has released a brand new top 10 or a most wanted illegals list. And it's, quote, the most wanted list for criminal illegal immigrants. That's exactly right. One of our listeners called them criminal invaders. And I think that's a great way of doing it. That was years ago. I said, what do you call them? Somebody called them a crimmigrant. A little too cutesy for me. I'm like, eh. But the criminal invader, I like the criminal invader. I thought that was great. Very apropos. But Greg Abbott has the most wanted list for criminal illegal immigrants. Texas 10 most wanted criminal illegal immigrants. Here it is. A list a public security measure to track down dangerous criminals. This is great. Identify them, show them, and flush them out like the FBI does on their top 10 most wanted list. And like our, sheriffs or state troopers do. Texas is a law and order state. We, with the help of fellow Texans, we will ensure the illegal immigrants on this list are taken off our streets and put behind bars to keep our communities safe. Now, quick thing on that. By the way, of course, you're a liberal Democrat congressman from Austin. Greg Cesar says people who commit serious crimes should be held accountable regardless of their immigration status. Yeah, we can't. Hey, we don't want MS-13 people being misbranded. By the way, the president of El Salvador, in an hour-long Tucker Carlson interview that I retweeted, you must see it. He got they were the highest murder rate in the world. They were the most dangerous, highest crime rate in the entire world. They are now about 1/3 of the crime. They're like, no, I think they have 2 for every 1,000 or 1 murder for every 1,000, and we have 6. So we have like 3 to 6 times the amount of homicides than they do. When they were the murder capital of the world for years, it was horrifying and horrible. MS-13 actually started in Los Angeles, and then they were deported by Bill Clinton to El Salvador, and that's when they got to this mega group. And now they're on Long Island here. They're beheading people, which is where I'm at, actually. I actually put a little shield around my neck, protecting shield, kind of like a chastity belt for my neck, but it's for the illegal migrants to cut my head off, not from cutting my head off with a machete. I don't want to be the next dude. I got a pretty big neck, and I don't want to stick my neck out for the bad humor. Okay, but anyway, he locked them all up. And he put God first in his cabinet, and that was the number one thing he said. And then after that, it was locking them all up. And number 2 was low taxes, low regulation. And the people are coming back in record numbers, and they're thriving, and their GDP is thriving. And all the crime was off the streets and gone within one or 2 years. It was incredible. And the facts are there. And everybody around him in that part of the Central America, South America are coming to him for wisdom and asking him how he did it, because they want to replicate it in their communities, because he's a hero. He's a world hero. And I know the Biden administration will hate him. They'll hate him like Viktor Orban, etc., because they're successful. ICE also, this is what the ICE people leaked to the New York Post. They want you to know about this so that Biden can be called out. ICE officers have been given. They are not arresting or deporting people like Joe Biden wants you to think, oh, I'm tough, I'm kicking them all out. Now look at me, I'm doing what the Republicans wouldn't do. No, this is your invasion. 12 million illegals plus 2 million gotaways that are rapists, terrorists, MS-13, Tren de Aragua, gang members from Venezuela, etc. On the same day, Biden administration announced the new restrictions on how many illegals will be allowed over the border. By the way, it actually will be 1.8 million. 300,000 per year at least are going to be flown in directly still. And I think it's like there's another 600,000 another way. And then he's letting in with the CPB-1 app, 1,500 a day. That's not going to, I don't think that's included. The whole thing's a joke. But he's also instructing his border patrols in a crazy, scary way to literally make it easier for the illegal migrants to claim asylum. He doesn't want them to be turned down for asylum. I'll explain that in a minute, but my question for you at 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227 is, do you like our governor targeting the most wanted illegals in Texas? And do you think it's a good idea for Biden's new plan to order ICE officers to make asylum easier for his illegals? Is that what you want? Does that fit with that border plan? Does it sound about right for Joe Biden? You think it's a good idea for his new plan to order ICE officers to make it easier to get asylum for his illegals, so it can keep him in coming just as much as possible while pretending to look kabuki theater like he's cracking down? 800-288-WBAP is our number. Chime in right now, 800-288-9227. The instructions from the ICE acting director to his team includes the installation of signs instructing illegals what to say so they can get qualified for asylum, even when they're not. They look for trembling and shaking or even staying completely silent. That can back up credible fear. It might be that you're cold. It might be that you're hungry. Soy tan hambre. Soy tan pobre. That's I'm very poor. Soy tan hombre. I'm very hungry. Or hambre. Hombre is I'm very man. Soy muy hambre. That's me. I'm a real man. No. I'm real hungry. Hombre. That can back up credible fear. They also have an email that ICE shared ICE has long recognized that a fear or intention to apply for asylum or related protection can be manifested in many different ways. Indeed, I like that they're slipping in the word indeed. Indeed, a fear may be manifested verbally, non-verbally, or physically. If they have to go to the bathroom, if they have diarrhea, cha-cha-cha, and they're trembling, credible fear. Credible fear. They got to run to the bathroom. That's credible fear right there. You can mark that down. Trembling, shaking, unusual behavior, changes in tone of voice, incoherent speech patterns. That's me on the radio. Hunter Biden when he's doing his crack binge. Give him amnesty. Give him asylum. Panic attacks. Unusual level of silence. I think some of my family members qualify for amnesty. Panic attack every once in a while. I got amnesty. Oh, wait, I'm a civilian. I'm a citizen. If an ICE employee has any doubt with the behavioral statements manifesting fear, they're instructed to tell a supervisor, help, this is illegal. Looked a little scared. Help me. Does he qualify? I'm not sure. This guy is, this Democrat thing where it's like exceptional ridiculousness to pretend that they're something they're not and to make them a victim. Like if they're cold, if they're hungry and they shake, they're a victim. And then to turn around to people like us and to have no tolerance for people like us that don't agree with them and to throw us in jail, So they're pouring in. They're lied about. Our laws are bent and stretched and overlooked to bring him in. And then when he gets caught, he pretends to be tough. And then he says, let them all in, and here's how you can do it. This guy is dangerous. I think the great one, Mark Levin, you big Tommy, Mr. Producer. I think Mark Levin's got it right. These people are dangerous because it is they work so hard not to help us, not to help our economy, not to help our country, but they work so hard to destroy it and undermine it at every single waking moment. When you think they couldn't do enough or they're not trying hard enough, then you catch them doing this. When they get caught so badly, the country condemns it and outright the polls show like literally Trump is ahead by 30 or 40 or 50 points almost on between 30 and 47 points on immigration because of this. So when he gets caught, he goes, "Oh, I'm shutting down the border," which literally means 1.8 million. Not including the gotaways. That's shutting down the border. With that shutting down the border, quote unquote, of Joe Biden, if we just did that for the 4 years we've almost ran its course by, you would have almost 8 million. You'd have, let me think, 2 times 4 is 8. So you have, instead of 8 million, have like 7.2 million. That's him shutting the border down. 7.2 million, and not including the gotaways, which because they would still be stamping 1.8 million, almost 2 million, we'll round it to per annum. You would be also not able to cover the border still, like now. And so all the illegals that are not wanting to be caught, the gotaways that are MS-13, rapists, child molesters, sex traffickers, MS-13, Tren de Aragua, those are all getting in. And terrorists. All those special interest countries, the massive surge in Turkish people, that's a radical Islamist-friendly country. The Islamic Republic, key. They only say Mauritania from Africa. It's an Islamic Republic of Mauritania. There's a lot of radical Islam there. So what does that mean? That means that every one of them needs to be suspected as a terrorist and as a high interest or high value. What's the term they use? High interest something or other, special interest visa, special interest person, which means they get a deep background check to see if they're tied to terrorism. And of course, the wonderful Islamic Republic of Mauritania certainly has perfect records like us. You can get the guys, you can get his record. Everything's on there. Every speeding ticket, stop sign ticket, school bus violation, all that stuff. He's jaywalking. We'll get that, all that stuff. Yes. Oh yes, we pull up his record. No, he's good. He's good. He went to that radical Islam madrasa as a student. He's got the A+ in Jew hatred. Everything good. He's in. We stamp it. Okay, you're welcome. Come in. Okay. Coming up next, we will do what I like to do sometimes and take a little breath of fresh air and do a little nut stuff. Joe Biden. We have some humor by the Babylon Bee headline about his visit to Normandy. We have a real situation in Glen Rose, where the Fossil Rim area is. You got a giraffe out there. The giraffe, let's just say, grabbed a child. I'm not kidding you. I'm going to tell you how and what, and then are we using salt wrong on our food? My answer is bleep this, bleep that, but I'll tell you what they're saying, and then we can laugh at them. All that next on the Chris Crock Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3, 800-288-WBAP is our number. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. That's 800-288-WBAP. And let's do this. Dallas City Council. Oh, no, that's for tomorrow. I'm sorry. I got two things piled up in the same big sack of stuff. Biden from the Babylon Bee. This is great. Biden drops first bomb on Normandy in 80 years. I repeat, Biden drops first bomb on Normandy in 80 years. He'd do it, wouldn't he? We took bold action today. In a solemn and moving ceremony, the Bee says, in remembrance of the 80th anniversary of D-Day invasion, President Biden marked the occasion by dropping the first bomb in Normandy in 80 years. Help me, Jill. I'm having a bit of D-Day of my own here in my Depends. Oh, I see. That's what he did. He bombed it with his Depends. Yes. Oh, boy, this is a big one. Get me out of here. It's the size of a Hunter's golf ball-sized crack ball. Help me clean this up before President Macron smells it. Not a joke. Okay, we're done with that one. Thank you. This is a real one. I tweeted it out, and you can see it. And it's at from Fox 4. The video of a giraffe tosses a toddler at the Texas Wildlife Park called, we are all familiar with this, Fossil Ridge Park at Glen Rose. A toddler trying to feed a giraffe at the safari park there, and they have an opening in their SUV or Jeep or something, or truck. It's got like a moonroof or something, and she's feeding it, this sweet little girl. And it happened Saturday the 1st, so last Saturday, yeah. And at the Fossil Rim Wildlife Center in Glen Rose, 75 miles southwest of Dallas. Our scout troop would go there. I could never go there, but it's supposed to be incredible. And, man, it was supposed to be the best camp out, and I never got to do it in the years I was with them. I missed the 1 or 2 week they went. I regret that. Video of the incident taken by a woman says that he shows the young girl offering food to the giraffe on a truck bed. The giraffe pulls away. The girl is lifted into the air out by her shirt, out of the truck, the roof, up into the air by about 2 feet. The mom reaches up, kind of calmly but probably panicking, and pulls the child back in before the child is let go and falls into the woman's arms. Isn't that insane? That's going to be a rapidly viral video. It looks too good to be true. Like, it's what? Especially since everybody's okay. You may not, all caps, ride in the back of pickups. The girl was not hurt. Wait. Were they in the back of one? It looked like they were with a big moonroof. Well, they violated some rules, y'all. Classic being a fool and breaking the rules and paying for it with your daughter almost being eaten. The first human being to be eaten by a giraffe. It's a herbivore with its 20-foot-long purple tongue. You ever see those things? Oh, I'll take a hard pass on kissing that one. Are you? It's got to be illegal. There ought to be a law. I'm not for more laws, but I support that one. All right, that and banning golf ball-sized crack balls that Hunter Biden was smoking. That's insane. I can't stop talking about that. That's crazy. Are you using, this is like the stupidest thing in the world. This woman needs to be shamed in perpetuity, right? Are you, from the Daily Mail, are you using salt, all caps, wrong? To which I said, go take a crap in a lake. As my Yiddish friends would say, "Geh kachen auf minyan." That means go take a crap in a lake. It's a great little Jewish saying. I'm being serious. Celebrity chef reveals major mistakes that everybody is making with the most important ingredient in the kitchen, salt. Here's how it works. This guy's a bleep clown, and here's what it is. You put salt on to flavor your food, and if you put too much on, you'll know it. If you put too little on, you'll know it. Case closed. Done. Now, if you have high sodium issue or high blood pressure, that's your issue with your doctor. For me, no offense, I don't care. I don't have that issue. So I also have my sponsor, Soda Weight Loss. If I had my little bell ding, they've trained me up right. and I do extremely well with these issues, as Dwayne would say. Celebrity chef frequently shares cooking advice. Yeah, he can keep that one to himself. I don't even want to read. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Get out of here. I'm done. Fair enough? Do you want to hear what the guy wants to say about salt? No. Pass the salt. You know what I tell him? Pass the salt. Hey, man, I need more salt. Well, you're using it wrong. Thank you. Pass the salt. Hey, I want you to meet somebody. The cart lady over there. She's telling you to F off if you don't like the fact that she leaves her kidney. Why don't you go work with her? Go tell her about his salt. Let's see what she says to that. Go talk to Hunter about how much salt he's putting in his crack bong. All right? Enough said. I'm going to stop. All right? I think I'm funny, but I don't think I am anymore. All right, here we go. Coming up next, the Chris Crock Show on News Talk 820 WBAP. And now on FM, we go back to the big story of the day, which is, oh my gosh, we are literally riffing on the Hunter Biden crack balls, only to go to the very beginning. But we're going to tell the story, and we're going to be somewhat with levity, or a little bit more sobriety, if you will, not literal sobriety, but a little more sobriety. We're going to tell the actual story about Hunter. Bad stuff going on in the courtroom, not good. Doesn't make him look good at all. Makes him look really, really bad. And there's no good evidence that exculpatory evidence. In fact, it's like, no, those are his drugs. He was high this day. He is on his laptop digitally saying he's meeting his dealer Mookie the next day. Yeah, okay. All right, cuts coming up next on the Chris Crock Show on News Talk 820 WBAP. Now on FM at 93.3. Hour number 4 on News Talk 820 WBAP. Now on FM at 93.3.